Good evening. We begin tonight with breaking news. We have obtained what is expected to be a central piece of the government's case against Donald Trump. The actual audio recording of the former president talking as if he's showing a highly classified document on U.S. war plans against Iran with people not cleared to even know it exists, let alone what's in it. In a moment, only on CNN, you will hear what jurors will hear one day. The recording was made 2 summers ago, July 2021, at the former president's club in Bedminster, New Jersey. You will clearly hear the former president as he is speaking to several people. According to the special counsel's indictment, they include a writer working on Mark Meadows' memoir, the publisher, and 2 of Trump's staff members. The president was aware he was being recorded. This is the first time it is being played publicly.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
It started right at the beginning.
Like when Millie's talking about, you were going to try to...
Donald Trump is absolutely screaming in rage right now as prosecutors just played the Bedminster audio recording in court, and the jury's reaction is devastating. And this is not some minor development. This is the smoking gun, the confession tape, the recording that destroys every defense Trump has been making for years. Yesterday, January 1st, 2026, prosecutors in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents trial played the recording from July 2021, where Trump is waving around classified documents about Iran attack plans and admitting on tape that he can't declassify them anymore. The jury was silent, completely focused. And then, as Trump's voice comes through the speakers bragging about having secret information, admitting he knows it's classified, acknowledging he can't declassify it, several jurors visibly gasped. Their faces showed shock. Some were shaking their heads, and Trump completely lost it. He screamed fake from the defense table. His lawyers had to physically restrain him. The judge threatened to remove him from the courtroom. It was an absolute meltdown. And here's what makes this catastrophic. This recording destroys every single defense. For years, Trump claimed he declassified everything, that he had every right to those documents, that the whole case is a witch hunt. But here's audio of Trump himself admitting he didn't declassify the documents, admitting they're still classified, admitting he knows he's not supposed to have them. Confession on tape in his own words. But real quick, before we get into this, let's be honest. You can't really trust mainstream media anymore. That's why we built Patrick Smith's show, to bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, please subscribe, because you might think you are, but aren't. Your subscription actually matters here. Alright, let's get into what actually happened. The recording was made on July 21st, 2021. Trump had been out of office for about 6 months at this point. He was at his Bedminster Golf Club in New Jersey, and he was meeting with people who were working on Mark Meadows' memoir. Mark Meadows was Trump's final chief of staff. After leaving the White House, he was writing a book about his time in the administration. So these writers and researchers came to Bedminster to interview Trump and get his perspective for the book. And during this meeting, Trump apparently decided to show off. The recording captures Trump talking about a classified document related to military plans for attacking Iran. According to the audio, Trump is holding this document, waving it around, telling the people in the room about how significant it is. You can hear paper rustling, which suggests he's physically handling the document while talking, and then Trump starts explaining what he's looking at. Let me walk you through what Trump actually says on this tape. He says this is highly confidential. He says this is secret information. He's literally using the words that appear on classified document headers. Top secret, classified, confidential. He's acknowledging the classification level out loud. But here's where it gets really damning. Trump then says something to the effect of, "As president, I could have declassified this, but now I can't." Notice what that means. Trump is explicitly stating that he had the power to declassify documents when he was president, but he no longer has that power because he's no longer president, which means he's admitting that this document is still classified. He's admitting he didn't declassify it while he was in office, and he's admitting he can't declassify it now. This directly contradicts his entire public defense strategy. For years, Trump has been claiming he declassified everything before leaving office. His lawyers argued that there was some kind of blanket declassification, that Trump had a standing order to declassify any documents he took to the residence or to Mar-a-Lago. But on this tape, Trump is saying the opposite. He's saying he didn't declassify this particular document. He's saying he can't declassify it now. It's a complete admission that his declassification claims are false. Share this video with everyone you know because it gets worse. Trump then proceeds to share information from this classified document with the people in the room. Remember, these are not government officials. They don't have security clearances. They're civilians working on a book. And Trump is showing them classified military planning documents about potential attacks on Iran. That's illegal. Even if Trump thought he had some right to possess the document, he absolutely did not have the right to share it with unauthorized people. That's a separate crime. Unauthorized disclosure of classified information, and he's doing it on tape. The recording also captures the reaction of the people in the room. You can hear someone expressing surprise or concern. Someone asks if they're allowed to see this, and Trump essentially brushes off the concern, saying something like, "Don't worry about it, this is interesting. You should know about this." He's treating classified national security information like gossip, like it's just fun trivia to share with random people. No regard for the sensitivity of the information, no concern about who's authorized to see it. Just Trump showing off because he likes being the guy with secrets. Now, let me bring the receipts on the legal implications. First, it proves Trump knew the documents were classified. His lawyers have tried to argue that maybe Trump didn't fully understand classification markings, that maybe he genuinely believed everything was declassified. But you can't make that argument when Trump is literally saying on tape that the documents are classified and that he can't declassify them anymore. He understood perfectly well what he had. Second, the recording proves intent. Trump wasn't accidentally in possession of these documents. He wasn't confused about whether he was allowed to have them. He knew they were classified, knew he wasn't supposed to share them, and did it anyway. That's willful retention and unauthorized disclosure. Those are the crimes charged in the indictment, and Trump just confessed to both on tape. Third, the recording undermines any claim of good faith or innocent mistake. If Trump had genuinely believed he was allowed to have these documents, if he thought there was some legitimate reason for possessing them, he wouldn't be admitting on tape that he can't declassify them and probably shouldn't be showing them to people. Make sure you're subscribed to Patrick Smith's show because when this recording was played in the courtroom on January 1st, 2026, the impact was immediate and dramatic. According to courtroom observers, the jury was completely focused. Several jurors were taking notes, and when Trump's voice came through the speakers saying he couldn't declassify the documents anymore, you could see jurors react. Some sat up straighter. Some exchanged glances with each other. A few audibly gasped. This is the kind of evidence that wins cases, because it's not some complicated legal theory or ambiguous circumstantial evidence. It's Trump in his own words admitting he had classified documents he wasn't supposed to have and sharing them with people who weren't authorized to see them. Jurors don't need law degrees to understand that. It's clear and straightforward. Think about Trump's reaction to the tape being played. According to multiple reports, Trump started shaking his head while the tape was playing. Then he started making comments to his lawyers. And then, when the tape reached the part where he admits he can't declassify the documents, Trump apparently couldn't contain himself. He shouted "fake" from the defense table, loud enough that the entire courtroom heard it. His lawyers immediately tried to shush him and calm him down. The judge banged her gavel and warned Trump that he would be removed from the courtroom if he disrupted the proceedings again. Trump's lawyers asked for a brief recess, probably to get Trump under control. But the damage was done. The jury saw their defendant having a meltdown while evidence was being presented. That's not the behavior of an innocent person. That's the behavior of someone who knows they're caught. Share this with everyone because the prosecution's decision to play this tape at this particular moment in the trial was strategic. They didn't lead with it. They spent weeks building the case with other evidence. They showed the surveillance footage from Mar-a-Lago of Trump moving boxes. They presented testimony from staff members about how documents were stored. They showed the jury photos of classified documents found in Trump's office, in his bedroom, in bathrooms. They established that Trump had hundreds of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. They proved improper storage. They proved Trump's lawyers lied to the FBI about returning all the documents. And after building all of that foundation, after establishing the pattern of misconduct, they played the Bedminster tape. Because now the tape doesn't stand alone. It's the capstone of a comprehensive case showing that Trump knowingly and intentionally mishandled classified documents. The jury has already seen all the other evidence, They already know Trump had these documents, stored them improperly, and obstructed efforts to get them back. And now they hear Trump admitting on tape that he knew the documents were classified and that he shouldn't have them. It's devastating. Notice the connection to other recent developments in this case. Remember, just days ago, Trump's lawyers had to admit in front of Judge Howell that the documents were never declassified. That admission came after prosecutors revealed they had the Kash Patel recording where Trump acknowledged classification, so the defense was already crumbling, and now the Bedminster tape comes out. It's like prosecutors have been slowly tightening a noose around Trump's neck. Every time his lawyers try to claim he declassified everything, prosecutors produce evidence showing he didn't. Now let's talk about what this recording actually reveals in Trump's own words. The audio from July 21, 2021 captures Trump in Bedminster, 6 months out of office, meeting with civilians working on a book, and Trump pulls out a classified document about Iran military plans. You can hear him on the tape. This is highly confidential. This is secret information, using the exact classification terms. Then the key admission. As president, I could have declassified this, but now I can't. That's Trump saying he didn't declassify it while president, saying he can't declassify it now, saying it's still classified, complete contradiction of his public claims. For years, he said he declassified everything. His lawyers argued blanket declassification, standing orders. But Trump on tape says the opposite. Didn't declassify this document. Can't do it now. It's still classified. That destroys the entire defense strategy. Trump then shares information from the classified document with unauthorized people, civilians without security clearances. That's a separate crime. Unauthorized disclosure. Even if Trump had some right to possess the document, which he didn't, he had no right to share it. And he's doing it on tape. You can hear people in the room asking if they're allowed to see this. Trump brushes off the concern, treats national security information like gossip. No regard for sensitivity, no concern about authorization, just showing off. The legal implications are massive. First, proves Trump knew documents were classified. Can't argue he didn't understand when he's saying on tape they're classified. Second, proves intent. Knew they were classified. Knew he shouldn't share them. Did it anyway. Willful retention. Unauthorized disclosure. Both crimes charged. Both confessed to on tape. Third, undermines good faith defense. If he thought he was allowed to have them, wouldn't be admitting he can't declassify them. The jury reaction when this played was immediate, completely focused, several taking notes. When Trump's voice said he couldn't declassify anymore, jurors reacted visibly, sat up straighter, exchanged glances, audibly gasped. This is evidence that wins cases. Trump in his own words, admitting he had classified documents he shouldn't have, sharing them with unauthorized people. Clear, straightforward. Trump's reaction made it worse, started shaking his head, making comments to lawyers. Then shouted fake from defense table. Lawyers tried to calm him. Judge warned removal, asked for recess. Damage done. Jury saw defendant melting down during evidence. Not innocent person behavior. Guilty person behavior. Someone who knows they're caught. Prosecution's timing was strategic. Built case with other evidence first. Surveillance footage of moving boxes. Staff testimony about storage. Photos of documents in office. Bedroom, bathrooms. Proved hundreds of classified documents. Proved improper storage. Proved lawyers lied to FBI. Then played Bedminster tape as capstone. Doesn't stand alone. Part of comprehensive case. Knowingly and intentionally mishandled. Jury already saw other evidence. Already knows Trump had documents. Stored improperly. Obstructed recovery. Now here's Trump admitting on tape knew they were classified. Shouldn't have them. Devastating. Connection to recent developments matters. Days ago, lawyers admitted documents never declassified. After prosecutors revealed Kash Patel recording. Defense crumbling. Now Bedminster tape. Prosecutors tightening noose. Every time lawyers claim declassified everything, prosecutors produce evidence showing didn't. Trump's legal team in impossible position. Tried every defense. Presidential immunity limited by SCOTUS. Declassification contradicted by client on tape. Dismissal motions rejected. Delays exhausted. Now in middle of trial. Prosecution presented overwhelming evidence. Client had public meltdown. What's left? Only hope jury nullification. Maybe jurors refuse to convict despite evidence because political loyalty. Long shot, especially in DC where Trump unpopular. Jury selected to exclude strong political bias. Heard weeks of testimony. Seen mountains of evidence. Watched Trump's behavior. Heard him confess on tape. The bottom line is this. Trump screams as secret recording plays, and jury gasps with devastating courtroom scene as Bedminster audio destroys his defense. January 1st, 2026, prosecutors played July 2021 recording. Trump waving classified Iran attack plan documents. Admitting on tape can't declassify them. Jury silent, focused, listening. Trump's voice bragging about secret information. Admitting knows it's classified. Acknowledging can't declassify now out of office. Several jurors visibly gasped. Faces showed shock, shaking heads. Trump screamed fake from defense table. Lawyers physically restrained. Judge threatened removal. Absolute meltdown. Recording destroys every defense. Years of claiming declassified everything. Had every right to documents. Witch hunt. But audio Trump admitting didn't declassify. Still classified. Knows shouldn't have them. Confession on tape. Recording made July 21st, 2021. 6 months out of office. Bedminster Golf Club. Meeting people working Meadows' memoir. Trump showing off. Talking about classified Iran military plans. Holding document. Waving around. Paper rustling. Physically handling while talking. Trump says, "This is highly confidential." Says, "This is secret information." Using classification header words. Top secret. Classified. Confidential. Acknowledging classification level. Then key admission. As president could have declassified this, but now I can't. Explicitly stating, had power when president. No longer has power. Not president anymore. Admitting documents still classified. Didn't declassify while in office. Can't declassify now. Directly contradicts entire public defense. Years claiming declassified everything before leaving. Lawyers argued blanket declassification. Standing order. Tape says opposite. Didn't declassify this document. Can't do it now. Complete admission declassification claims false. Trump proceeds sharing information with people in room. Not government officials, no security clearances, civilians working on book, showing classified military planning about Iran attacks. Illegal. Even if had right to possess, which he didn't, had no right sharing with unauthorized people. Separate crime, unauthorized disclosure. Doing it on tape. Recording captures room reaction. Someone expressing surprise. Someone asks if allowed to see. Trump brushes off concern. Don't worry about it. This is interesting. You should know. Treating classified national security like gossip. Fun trivia. No regard for sensitivity. No concern about authorization. Just showing off. Being guy with secrets. Legal implications massive. Proves new documents classified. Can't argue didn't understand when saying on tape they're classified. Proves intent. Not accidental possession. Not confused about allowed. Knew classified. Knew shouldn't share. Did anyway. Willful retention. Unauthorized disclosure. Crimes charged in indictment. Confessed both on tape. Undermines good faith defense. If believed aloud, wouldn't admit, can't declassify. Courtroom impact immediate dramatic. Jury completely focused. Several taking notes. Trump's voice saying couldn't declassify anymore. Jurors reacted. Sat up straighter. Exchanged glances. Audibly gasped. Evidence that wins cases. Not complicated legal theory. Not ambiguous circumstantial evidence. Trump in own words admitting had classified documents shouldn't have. Sharing with unauthorized people. Clear, straightforward. Trump reaction made worse. Shaking head during tape. Making comments to lawyers. When reached part admitting can't declassify, couldn't contain himself. Shouted fake defense table. Entire courtroom heard. Lawyers tried shushing. Judge banged gavel. Warned removal if disrupted again. Lawyers asked brief recess. Get Trump under control. Damage done. Jury saw defendant melting down during evidence. Not innocent person behavior. Guilty person caught. Prosecution timing strategic. didn't lead with tape, spent weeks building case, other evidence, surveillance footage, moving boxes, staff testimony about storage, photos, documents in office, bedroom, bathrooms, established hundreds classified documents, Mar-a-Lago, proved improper storage, proved lawyers lied FBI about returning all. After building foundation, establishing pattern, played Bedminster tape. Now doesn't stand alone. Capstone comprehensive case. Knowingly, intentionally mishandled. Jury already seen other evidence. Already know had documents. Stored improperly. Obstructed recovery. Now hear Trump admitting new classified shouldn't have. Devastating. Days ago, lawyers admitted never declassified. After prosecutors revealed Kash Patel recording. Defense crumbling. Bedminster tape final nail. Prosecutors tightening noose. Every claim declassified, everything prosecutors produce evidence showing didn't. Legal team impossible position. Tried every defense. All failed. Only hope jury nullification. Long shot. This story continues. Stay tuned.